Special Arcade. Online. Great match. Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who is going to come out on top in this fight? The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Are they trying to slow down the pace with a projectile? The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Was well in range to score the throw. No good up high. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. All right, what's coming up next? What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. In there! Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. A brave forward jump there to start. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Big, low, reaching heavy. Uses a long-range attack there to zone them perfectly. Both fighters are looking for a way to get in, but there's still time to feel out the situation. Player one will look to apply pressure here. Shows the medium kick, scrapping it out up close. The low! Pumps the brakes on the impact. The low kick hits. Raw super hard incoming. The super doesn't hit. Knockdown and this unleashes some big damage. Roses with the throw. Hitting him with the smart stuff. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Blossom goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. You know their fireball game is solid because they're only throwing it when their opponent can't jump them. Player two pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player one is working with a less than ideal drive gauge. They'll need to be very careful here. Will this super art connect? Takes a trip. The jump to KO. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Medium kick. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Risky up close scrap still going. Gets scooped from down low. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Blossom tries to bait out a reaction to a fireball. Fires without warning. Player two is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? One mistake here is all that's needed to finish the round. Player one will look to apply pressure here. You've gotta be and whiffs! They're wide open! This can lead to some big damage. Throws them. So what a finish! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Low heavy. Both fighters, the low kick hits. That throw's gonna take off a chunk of damage. Hits them with the counter throw. Will this super art do anything? What were they thinking? Drops them hard. These guys are not giving each other any time to breathe. The low, amazing. Low heavy, but no go. This can lead to some big damage. Grab them. This is gonna hurt. Knocked them out of the air. Who's gonna take it? Risky medium kick. Player one was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
Comes a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? This is a good range to test the opponent's reaction to fireballs. Denying them a breather there with a long-range fireball. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Knockdown. Puts one in the pocket. The impact gets blocked. You can block impacts, but you're going to lose some drive gauge when you do. Nice toss-up. We've reached the midway point of the round, and both fighters are at about even life. Player 2 creates a good corner. Oh, burnout triggered! Did well to get the buff in there. All right, what's coming up next? Grabs and throws him away. Player 2 in there.
Enfoiré, putain.
Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Brushes that off and keeps going. The low heavy's blocked. Checks him with the projectile. Player 2 needs the burnout triggered. Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. A quick breather. Blocks the low heavy and gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Going in. Creates an opening with the low heavy. Swoops in with a dive. Dives in! We have super arts on deck. There's still a chance to turn this around. Closing it out with a super art finish. Nice and clean. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Jumps in. Player 1 didn't rely too much on drive in that last round, but they may be looking to mix things up. The low hits them with a stop and pop. Fire coming through. Player 2 needs to take its knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Low heavy, but no go. Gets the counter, turning it right up with a super. Uh-oh. This could really tip the scales. Player 2 flipping the sprint with a turnaround super. Condor wins maxed out. The drive impact doesn't work. Keeps them out. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Baits out the low kick. Any mistake here is gonna be fatal.
Merde, putain, enfoiré.
Player 2 has gotta be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like the weight hits the drive. Gets a risky puff in. Will gain control of the match in the early going. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan.
Merde.
Player 2 chases them down. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Player 2 has completely used all of their drive gauge, but they still have enough life left to take the round if they play smart. Oh god, this is tense. Both fighters are weighing their options and looking for an opening. Both fighters are trying not to get trapped in the corner. Who's gonna take it?
Ah putain, enfoiré.
Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Big low reaching heavy. Uses a long range attack there to zone them perfectly. Breaks the block with a throw. What'll happen here? Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Their will to win is really being tested here. And they create an opportunity for... Oh my god, they just choked it up!
Here I go!
Shreds them with a critical arm. Such a smart play to go for in this situation. Fighting back against the odds and giving them a chance to win this. Oh, here we go. Lots of distance here. Who's baiting who? They're using a fireball to force a reaction. They're not getting close to each other. Both fighters are playing with a full deck of drive. They need to show their hand and do something.
Ah putain. Enfoiré, putain.
Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with.
Merde, la chance qu'il a eu quoi. Putain.
Here comes a new challenger.
HP maxed, side quests done, and the skill tree's fully unlocked. Let's get it on. All right, first round. What's going to happen? Opts for the throw.
Merde.
Well in range to score the throw. Parries the attack and mistimed the perfect parry, but is still safe. Player 2 chases them down. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Pressuring the situation with the charge in. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Will that drive impact get punished? Takes a trip. Big, low, reaching heavy. Gets the parry in and adds some pressure. Jumps in. Can't tech the throw. Springs forward with the drive rush.
Enfoiré.
Here's their opening.
Putain.
This is with the throw. Hitting them with the smart stuff. Player 2 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they experiencing burnout? Long, low attack hits. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Player 2 has an empty drive room. This is a very precarious situation.
Merde.
The super doesn't hit. Hits him with his free flow. Player 2 will look
Putain.
to pressure here. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Player 1 drive rush. A real test of nerves here. Springs forward, threads it cleanly. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? From upstairs. Picture perfect punish counter. That's how you capitalize on an opponent's mistake. Get the punish counter by waiting for the opponent to whip an attack and then strike without hesitation. Player 2 chases them down.
Putain.
Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. Box them with a target combo. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Taking stock. Light lead opens up yet.
Putain.
Player 2 hits up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Sticks the jump in. Blocks the impact. Opts for the free flow kick to get it. Delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Still slugging it out at this range. Uses the target combo as a filler. Oh, burnout triggered. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of
Merde.
out of drive game. Now's the time. Avoids getting stuck in the corner somehow. Both of our combatants are cooking up this and lead to some big damage. Plenty of health. Full kick. This is gonna hurt. Can they create an opportunity? Yo! Critical art now? Low heavy. Clutch carry. Closes it out. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Start things off with a jump in. Gets the counter hit. Hits up the counter from super art. Bring in the heat. Oh yeah, that's what I like to see. In, real, rip off. Bet that. The suit, nothing stops this train. Great job in escaping that corner pressure and moving back to center stage. Catches them out. Player 2 has the super gauge advantage. Big drive gauge difference here with little life left. I can't believe it.
Oh! Oh putain, enfoiré! Oh putain! Oh, il a fait que ça, putain! Oh putain! Putain, dommage qu'il n'y a pas de contre là, putain.
Here comes a new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Gotta do this. Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Gets a chance with that jump. Deals some sick damage there in exchange for some healing. Was that a good decision? Player 2 chases him down. The low heavy hit. Plenty of space between the fighters. What will be their approach? Throws out a projectile.
Merde!
Adds a little super juice into this, well aware of their life and death. Really good decision making. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've had smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive tension. Jump. Medium kick hits. Scrapping it out up close. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without experiencing burnout. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of first anti-air in the clutch. They continue to battle it out in the middle of the stage. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Combo! Let's go! Player 2 can't use any drive, hits the drive. This is a critical moment. What are they gonna do? Blocks the low kick. The what a finish!
Putain.
Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Jumps up. Decides to spend the meter to open up some more chances. Will this decision pay off for them? Player 2 is in burnout. Drives off the table. One fighter's drive gauge is just about empty. Can they recover or are they in trouble here? Neither of them willing to back off here. Player 2 has depleted their drive gauge, but they are still within range to win this round. Noodle Cap comes from behind to pick up the win. They took advantage of every chance. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? From up above. Rattles them with a spin.
Merde, putain.
Them into the court, springs forward with a drive rush. Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Going in, scrapping it, they were right to be on guard there. Burnout! Expect the tempo of the match to take. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Oh, what a finish! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Low heavy. The low kick hits. Smart stuff.
Merde.
His own the opponent. The low. Oh, new split overshot Tinto there to call them out. Hit the drive. Bring in the heat. They're gonna teach you a lesson here. You play with fire, you're gonna get burned. Make smart use of the gauge. Good, super. Tons of space between the fighters now. What are they cooking up? Nothing stops this train. Player 2 is in a very good spot now. Tips them for the win.
Quand même.
Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Blocks the overhead. Sure you can? Neither of them willing to back off. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up.
Merde.
Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Nice solid counter.
Merde, putain.
Taking stock. Are we gonna see a comeback here? Near the end, there's a wall splash.
Oh, pareil, il m'a eu. Ah, il m'a eu. Putain, je pensais qu'il allait faire le truc là.
They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? They quickly get back into the corner of the stage. Good job here in giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. Serenity Stream? Turn out! Expect the tempo of the match to change. Both fighters planning something? Max SA gauges. Unbelievable. This is gonna hurt. In there.
Putain.
That's what happens when you capitalize on all of your chances.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Gotta do this. Come on. Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checks with the projectile. Good anti-air. Wow. Shut down. Still slugging it out here. What are they thinking here? Player 2 can't let their drive game run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Nails the anti-air. Taking stock. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. That attack landed for a counter hit. KO! Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Immediate jump in. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? They exchange blows. Gets the jump in. That's the counter. Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner. The low. Finds the target. Are we going to see a comeback? In there. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Breaks those shins. Checks him with the projectile. Any developments early in the round will set the table for the rest of the fight. Goes for the low kick. Picks up some damage with a long-reaching attack. Deal some damage with that quick combo. Decent damage. What's next? Lots of aggression from both sides.
Merde.
Alright, what's coming up next? Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Knockdown. Player 2 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick it out? Each hit is so important here. Activation star to get some help on the field. KO! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Immediate jump in. Who's going to start things off? Sure you can? Jumps in. Their timing was on point there. That perfect parry may lead to something. Perfect read with the drive parry. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Going in. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with hits him with a stopping block. Noticeable light burnout. Expect the tempo of the match to take you on a finish. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Fighter